Kintsugi Life Coaching. My name is Elizabeth Horleman. Last time we looked at people who live in domestic violence. How do we get out of a domestic violence? And that is where I shared to you the information of who are those people that you need to contact. I shared also what are the laws governing the removal of maybe the partner, and what are the laws and fines that can come up when somebody is violent, has caused you bodily harm, be it by beating you, raping you, or if you feel psychologically as well. Now today we want us to start right at the beginning of on the topic of domestic violence. And the very beginning would be, what are those signs that can be able to tell you that you are living in a domestic violent relationship? Now, first of all, before we go further, I'd just like to clarify, domestic violence spreads across all class in our society, be it the rich, the poor, the middle class, and be it whether you are educated, academic, or you've gone to some college, or you didn't go to some college, you've never been to school. It doesn't matter. Domestic violence is indiscriminative. It happens in all classes of our society. Now, there are, for me, two major different types of domestic violence, and that is the one that is the psychological or the physical abuse. Noticing the signs of an abusive relationship is also would be our first step of acknowledging that I am living in an abusive relationship. If you recognize someone or yourself, you are somebody that is living in a domestic relationship, then you need to reach out for help. Now, there is help available outside there, and nobody should live in fear of another person. Instead, people should live being loved and also to be able to love the others. So what are the signs that will tell you that you are in an abusive relationship? The first one is you. How are your inner thoughts? Especially when your partner is around. Are you afraid of him or her much of the time? Are there topics that you consequently avoid out of fear of angering or provoking them? Do they give you the feeling that you are always doing something wrong, and because of that you believe that you deserve to be treated badly or even hurt? Do you sometimes feel that you are going crazy? You have a feeling of helplessness. You are emotionally numb, and above all, terribly exhausted. Now let us look at what brings all this, and that is the way your partner belittles you, his belittling behavior, which is, does he constantly criticize you at any opportunity? He is there to put you down. Does he humiliate you or even yell at you in front of your friends and your family? He does not even bother to take a step back. He even goes a step further to embarrass you in front of them. Is he always ignoring your opinions and putting it always down, your accomplishments? He ignores them and he just belittles it. When he has done something wrong, does he turn around and tell you, look at what you've made me do now? In other words, blaming you for his mistakes. Do they see you as their property, as only a sex object and not as a partner? If all these traits are currently part and parcel of your relationship, then you need to seek help before things get overboard. Remember, a healthy relationship, non-abusive relationship, is not built on the traits that we've just talked about above, but instead is built on support, admiration, empathy, on balance, and personal responsibilities. These are the elements that I consider that are going to end up to a love built on respect and mutuality. People who live in Germany and find themselves living in with a violent partner need to contact, I would say now, immediately the police, because with the police they have all the informations at a mouse click. They know which organizations they should contact. They know which institutions that are relevant. So starting off with the police, if you're a person that is too scared, that is where to start. Because to begin with, at the police, you are most likely going to find somebody that is going to speak your language, or they're going to organize for interpreter. Alternatively, if you have the courage enough, then you need to seek help from your lawyer, because also again your lawyer can be your mouthpiece, and he knows the laws, how to maneuver around all this. And a lawyer, like we said in the domestic article last time, it has to be a lawyer specializing in family rights. So you have one of these. So what you should know finally is that you have only one life, this life. Cherish it by detaching yourself from somebody who is causing you bodily harm, physically or mentally. Thank you.